as I recall, you're a Carolina girl through and through, born in one, currently working in the other one?
Correct.
Still at Joe Gibbs?
Yes, I am. Actually, just left there about an hour ago. So,
what exactly did you work on today? Walk me through your day. And as people listen to you, let me just remind everyone that this is Chloe Hudson. She applied for and received a work ethic scholarship from the MicroWorks Foundation. Her dreams once upon a time included becoming a plastic surgeon. She pivoted, went in another direction, and now here she is on my computer screen with her incredible eyelashes, her winning smile, and the calluses that can only be earned by a welder who loves what they do.
Yeah. My usual day usually starts around 5 o'clock, 5:30, depending on the level of glam I intend to do for the day. I usually lean on the side of some simplicity so I can get that extra 25 minutes of sleep, like today. This is simple for me, believe it or not. But yeah,
this look doesn't just happen. Right.
It doesn't just happen. I need about 15 minutes and patience and a little bit of Jesus, and we're good to go that early in the morning. So I go to work. I usually get to work around 5:36, depending on what we've got to do for the day.
10 years ago, could you have ever seen yourself as a welder working at Joe Gibbs?
No. I mean, I even had imposter syndrome for a little bit. I know that sounds crazy, but I had such a respect for people in this field being welders and the skill that it took, because I understood how difficult it was. And coming from an industrial background and having to deal with groups that were welders and understanding the pressures and specifications they had to work towards and really be held to, the standards they had to be held to. So I really had a healthy respect for welders in the industry, especially in the nuclear industry, because it's all pressure vessel and piping systems, and it holds water that, has radioactive properties to it, and if something fails, it's bad. So when I graduated and took my first real job as a welder, and that's all that it said on my job description was just welder, man, it was weird. It was very weird. I was like, did I really do this? Am I here? It probably took about 3 years before I was like, no, I'm a welder. Like, this is it.
Part of the reason I wanted to have you on was to talk about this guy who this podcast is dedicated to, Jake Maynard. Did Chuck send you the article that he wrote in the New Republic? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to pick on Jake. There are 1,000 guys like Jake who struggle every day to make sense of a thing that doesn't line up the way their brains expect to see it.
It sounds like
this
Jake
guidance counselor.
Yeah, he needs to work with his hands for a season or so,
Well, this is the funny thing. I mean, look, if he writes in his article that he used to be a commercial fisherman, and I'll take him at his word. He probably has, real experience out there in the wide world of work. But he called my sweat pledge bonkers, and he hurt my feelings. People have said all kinds of things about me. I don't care. In fact, I welcome the criticism and I encourage the conversation. But the sweat pledge really offended him, and he literally described it as completely bonkers. And so I wanted to talk to you, just about your general feelings on the sweat pledge, because you had to sign one in order to apply for a scholarship from MicroWorks, and you did sign it. So I thought with Chuck's help, we could just kind of go through it a little bit. And, the listener could determine for themselves whether or not you're bonkers for signing it, and maybe what in there exactly is so harebrained.
I guess it just goes back to, I just want to tell those people, it's like China's really nice this time of year. Go check it out. It just is. It just is. I just can't relate. I just can't. I mean, the beauty of this country is freedom, is capitalistic freedom. It is, competition. It's perfect example is, you could sell out. NASCAR next year is going to a next gen car, and it's kit car. So it goes to just driver ability. Well, doing that, evening the playing field cost Joe Gibbs 150 jobs. So 150 fabricators, you're going from, 15 welders on sub-weld to 2. So, there's the cost of your equality right there, and you're taking the fun out of competitive edge. And it's something that's directly affected me in my place of work recently. And it's no different than us not being self-sufficient with energy and raw goods and raw materials. Now it's affected my livelihood because you want to buy based off of just lot price from one country because it makes us look better as a country on a global scale. Like, get out of here. Like, I'd rather, manufacture still here and pay a little bit more for it and not have to worry about anybody else. Because then in a capitalist market, now we've got different mills offering different grades of steels and then it drives the price down. That's capitalism. That's how it works. And if you don't want to work for Amazon, don't work for Amazon. Go somewhere else because there's other, manufacturing plants or distribution plants in the United States. But I don't know. I
think you kind of do know, Chloe.
Yeah.
I think you had some strong feelings about it, Chloe.
I do. You're going to get me on my soapbox.
I don't know, Chuck. I think
The question is, can we get her
out
off?
of her shell?